Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a very nice thing to share with you. This is Gene Anderson's book. It's called Gene Anderson, the Book. Clever title. I love the illustration on the front here. Pure genius. And it's cut because he is famous for paper tears and paper cuts. He's famous for that. And look at this, folks. Here's the best part. To David, with all my best magical wishes, Gene Anderson. Yes, that's right. He autographed it to me. Let me share with you how I came by this. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Penguin Magic lectures. And I buy as many as I can. Some of them are very expensive. I mean, they go from $25 on up to $45, $50. Very expensive. But I get the ones that I can. I watch the ones that I can. And I love Gene Anderson. I'll talk about why in a few minutes. And so Gene Anderson did this lecture. And I think it was called Gene Anderson the Book lecture. I think that's what it was called. So I'm watching this lecture. And I am absolutely stunned. One effect in particular stunned me. It was a drawing board effect where he drew kind of a comic image of an audience participant, and she drew kind of a comic image of him, and they put them in envelopes, and then they transposed. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Now, of course, he explained the effect in the lecture, but you know, he said during the lecture, I'm not going to give you every detail. The details are in my book. Also, I'm not going to do everything in the lecture that I do in the book. So I thought, man, I'm going to get hold of this book. So based on that lecture, I went ahead and ordered the book. Gene actually sent me an email and said, I want to personalize this to you. What do you think? And I said, oh, please do, please do. And so he did, and it's amazing. Now, if you're not familiar with Gene Anderson, let me share this with you. Gene Anderson invented a version of the newspaper tear that Doug Henning popularized, or at least he used. I don't know if he popularized it, but he did it in his show for many, many years. And Denny Haney, it was a staple in Denny Haney's show. The Gene Anderson paper, and by the way, I've done it. When I was doing full stage, I did the Gene Anderson newspaper tear. And let me tell you something. You know, you're tearing this newspaper up. First, you show the pages of the paper, and you ask someone to note a picture or a phrase inside or a headline so they can recognize it when they see it again. You tear this thing to shreds, and then you just open it, and it just restores. I mean, it is absolutely, and if you don't think the audience responds to that, are you kidding me? There are few effects that get a rise out of an audience more consistently than the Gene Anderson newspaper tear. So if you've never done that, please, I mean, give that a shot. It's just absolutely amazing. Now, there are some people, in my opinion, that you should read everything they produce because of the way they think, because of the knowledge that they have to share. Harlan Tarbell, Max Maven, Darryl, and Gene Anderson. Man, get whatever he produces and just get into it. Now, Gene Anderson, of those people that I mentioned, Gene Anderson is the only one that is not a full-time professional. He is, and this is his phrase, he's a part-time professional. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Gene Anderson earned his doctoral degree in chemistry from the University of Texas at Austin. He did his postdoctoral research in electron diffraction at the University of Oslo in Norway. When Gene Anderson retired from Dow Chemical Company, he was the global director of research and developmental learning. He then formed Gene Anderson and Associates in Midland, Michigan. Today he travels the world offering inspirational training programs and after-dinner presentations to corporations, civic groups, colleges, and universities. Now, I think I got that little biography off of his website. He does have a website. I encourage you to visit it. Take a look at that. He did coin the phrase part-time professional. I love that. I love that because what he's saying is, even if you approach magic on a part-time basis, you can still be a professional. You should still be a professional. I know of, and I'm sure you do also, many people that are making their full-time living out of magic that don't behave very professionally. Gene Anderson is a stickler about professional behavior and bringing that quality into your magic, and I just appreciate him for that. Describes a person who performs magic on a professional level but has a different full-time occupation. He's written many books. I think the key book for most of us was Newspaper Magic, that was published by Francis Marshall in 1968. But this is 256 pages. It includes Newspaper Magic. It has 890 line drawings and photographs, 23 chapters, each describing one effect and routine to the tiniest detail. I believe it's retailing for $70, and like you saw, Gene Anderson autographed it to me, which I greatly appreciate. Folks, that's my 10 cents on Gene Anderson. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you purchased the book, because you should have it in your library. You should read and study it. Thank you so much. Please subscribe down below if you've not done so already. Please comment. I love your comments. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.